We are here with Sophie McDowell and Matty Metcalfe ahead of Sophie's big CD release tomorrow night over at Visible Records Art Gallery. We're going to chat about that and a whole lot more, but how about you both start off with something? What are you going to do for us?
Awesome. Thank you, Peter. We're going to start with one of my tunes called Another Day. Weathered hands wash my hair, gentle eyes are unprepared. Sometimes I get scared, scared to see, scared to share. Nothing will stay the same. Water drips down the drain. Rinse my neck and shoulders too. I am so in love with you. Still sometimes I get scared of love unbound, of love declared. Nothing will stay the same. Our minds are gonna change. Dark and windy nights unfold, and you're the one I wanna hold. Dark and windy nights unfold, and you're the one I wanna hold. Bring your hands to my lips. Speak your name with every kiss. Every moment I'm aware life will take you elsewhere. Nothing will stay the same. Our love is bound to change. Dark and windy nights unfold, and you're the one I wanna hold. Right here, right now, right here, right now, we stay another day. Dark and windy nights unfold, and you're the one I wanna hold. Right here, right now, right here, right now, we stay another day.
Another day from Sophie McDowell's Headaches and Heartbreaks CD release at the wonderful Visible Records Art Gallery this Thursday evening, starting at 7 o'clock. Well, first of all, Sophie, welcome to WTJU.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here.
Thrilled to get you here. And, of course, we've got our old buddy Matty Metcalfe with you. And Sophie's
Yes.
on a banjo, and Matty's got his guitar. But tomorrow night, you've got a full four-piece playing with you. I think I saw Alex Caton and Jordan Perry in there
That's
as well.
Right. We have a fiddle, bass, we got keyboards happening. It's going to be a big big band.
And I think a little later in the program, we're going to hear something off of this great new album, which is officially coming out tomorrow.
Yes, it is. It'll be on all streaming platforms tomorrow, and physical CDs will get here in a few days.
And can digital copies be picked up on Bandcamp or anywhere?
Not on Bandcamp,
Okay.
just streaming.
Streaming, okay. So streaming and then physical copies are the way to go.
That's right.
Well, I've got to ask, Sophie, if there were a chicken here, I'd be saying what came first, the chicken or the egg? But in your case, what came first for you, the banjo or woodworking?
Oh,
or
yeah.
the wood cutting?
That's a great question. They actually kind of came together.
Oh.
Well, the banjo came a month or two before my first experience with woodcut art making.
And I bring that up, folks, because that is what Sophie does when she's not playing the banjo and performing for us. And I imagine the great artwork on the CD is yours?
Yes, the cover art is by me. That's a multi-block wood print that I finished maybe only 2 weeks ago. So I'm pretty proud of it, and I feel excited to have the fusion of my art and music together.
Well, speaking of fusion, how did Matty and you start working together? I'll let one of you take that conversation.
We met actually through Alex Caton, who had been Sophie's musical mentor on the banjo. And Alex, as you know, is a fantastic fiddle player, but she's also a fantastic clawhammer banjo player, and she's just an encyclopedia of knowledge about old-time music. And so Sophie had been taking banjo lessons from her, and she recommended Sophie had did you minor in music, or did you
Mm-hmm.
at college? And so she enlisted me, or asked if I could teach her some piano. And at the time, I think that we were doing Debussy and maybe a little Jobim and Bossa Nova, and
we had maybe 2 piano lessons before I said, Matty, I have a bunch of songs I
Yeah.
want to show you.
we altered our course towards Sophie's original music.
Sophie, you have the look of a Guilford graduate.
Oh, wow. Where'd you pull that from?
Just that sense.
Right.
Everyone's got that one superpower. That's
Yeah.
Peter's. I forgot to tell you that.
So were you playing banjo at Guilford while you were also doing the woodcutting?
I was, yes. My last 2 years of school. But I started off as a piano major in school and practiced classical piano like 4 hours a day.
Wow.
And kind of burned out on that and got a banjo the summer after that, and the rest is kind of history.
Rest is her story.
I still play the piano, but
Well, let's remind folks that the banjo is still played by some great classical banjo musicians, but back
True.
in the late 1800s, early 1900s, you had the classical banjo was a standard, and women would get together and have their classical banjo clubs. So
Wow.
maybe one day you'll be playing us some Debussy on the
You're
banjo
right.
course. You just
who's
never
to
know.
say? Yeah.
Well, I've got a lot of questions, but I don't have the two of you up on stage very often, so how about another one?
Sounds great.
That sounds great. I'm just gonna.
And as Sophie's tuning, I want to remind folks you can get to the CD release tomorrow night at Visible Records Art Gallery. That's at 1740 Broadway Street right here in Charlottesville, and that show is going to start at 7 o'clock. All the details on that, there's a donation you can make, and you can pick up the CD, and that's all happening. If you go over to Sophie's website, which is sophiemcdowell.com, you can find out all about that. And, of course, you can find out all about Matty at mattymetcalfe.com as well. All right, sounds like that banjo's tuned up.
It is. Thank you. Headaches and heartbreaks sleep away the time, never knowing why you had to go. Can you hear me singing this bumpy tune that may never leave this room? I'm singing to you. The train is blowing through this empty town, and my salty tears are streaming down, understanding now that I miss you. I miss you. How long till the day is done? How many songs till I sing the right one about you? I wanted you to sleep in this bed, to be more than a thought in my head. Keep on fading, you're always changing. The train is blowing through this empty town, and my salty tears are streaming down, understanding now that I miss you. I miss you. If love is blind, then I didn't love you. I could see right through the letters and flowers, smiling pretty for hours. Nothing comes close to the weight of you in my arms. Tomorrow lifting us from harm. Headaches and heartbreaks never seem to go. All I want to know is how to be more to you. I want to mean more to you. Always mean more to you.
Live here at the stage at WTJU. Another one from Sophie McDowell and Matty Metcalfe from Sophie's new album, which you can pick up tomorrow night. A physical copy and all the streaming platforms as well. And the name of that album is Headaches and Heartbreaks. And what was the name of that song?
That song was Headaches and Heartbreaks.
There you go, the title track.
Yep.
That's it.
So that leads me to ask, how did that become the title track?
You can imagine. There are quite a few breakup songs on this album. You know, got to stay cheery about it. Yeah, it seemed fitting to title the whole album after that one. And that song just feels really good to sing. So
How many songs are there on the album?
there are 8 songs total.
And this is something that always interests me. How do you figure out the arrangement? Do you lay everything down and then go back and say, this should go first, this should go second? Or did you already have that entire set in mind when you recorded them?
We didn't have a set in mind. We have a whiteboard in Maddie's basement with all the songs I've ever written, more than the 8 that are on this album. And we did kind of handpick the ones that we thought were ready to be recorded, and these are the 8. But it did kind of happen.
It was a pretty slow, steady, and methodical evolution. Like the arrangements didn't just take shape for each hold. I know this wasn't specifically your question about the sequence of the tracks on the album, but we spent about 2 years, and sometimes we'd have false starts trying an arrangement. This particular song, to me, sounds sort of like a Nico Case song. Like it has a, sort of a rockabilly guitar, electric. It's electric with drums and bass. It's much more raved up than the two of us are able to do here, but we'll do it tomorrow night at Visible Records at 7 p.m. But in any case, a lot of these songs, we would start an arrangement and then sort of decide to go in a different direction in terms of instrumentation or arrangement of vocal parts. Sophie has a good friend who also helped. She sings harmony on a lot of these tracks, and
Right.
she and Sophie blend so well together. So
Shout out to Allie.
yeah,
Ali Eichste.
So did the whole recording process start 2 years ago, or?
It did, summer of 2020. And that's not, those recordings aren't with us anymore. But
They're still in the back of my computer.
they're in the
somewhere.
back of our inboxes. But yeah, that was the beginning of the process.
So what's the biggest evolution for you, Sophie, from those early ones that Matty's got hidden away to
Wow.
what's coming out tomorrow?
Well, there is a line in that song. I can't think of what exactly it is, but will this song ever leave my room, or will I ever sing this song outside of my room? And I wrote that last tune, I think in February or March or April of 2020. So I was very much quarantined in my house and thinking, man, no one's going to hear this. And suddenly people are hearing this, and here we are. And it's definitely taken a lot of work, but it does feel quite miraculous.
So are all these songs from the last couple of years, or are some of them older?
Some of them, I think 2 of them are on the older side, about 4 years old, but most of them have been written within the last 2 years.
And what has your evolution been like as a songwriter from 4 years ago to today? What have you noticed most that's changed for the better?
It's a great question. Well, I joke with my musical mentors a lot. They say I have Sophie time, quote unquote. Apparently, I don't have a great understanding of 4/4 timing and consistent 4/4 timing throughout a song. So what that means is it's kind of hard for people to play along to these songs because they're a bit wonky shape-wise and are not just a typical.
Right, there's lots of extra beats here or 2 beat measures. I think makes them interesting and sort of gets to your writing process, which I can see you having a headache or a heartbreak and just
just putting it out,
putting all your thoughts down, and then writing a banjo part around it, and then bringing it to us to shape.
But I think being aware of that has made me more thoughtful and hopefully more intentional about when a song comes out of me. But it definitely does feel like I'm catching on to a gust of wind sometimes when I'm writing a song.
And do you keep the banjo nearby as you're writing, or do you write?
I do.
Okay.
I do. And the piano. I kind of switch between the two.
Yeah.
But no, I definitely will start with the banjo, and then suddenly I realize, oh, this piece is actually a piano piece. But no, all things kind of start with the banjo.
But there is a heavy dose of piano, strings, like it's very orchestrated album. And I think, not to chime in on your behalf, but I think the initial recordings were very primitive. It was Ali and Sophie with banjos and guitars singing and harmonizing, and really not much more than that. Maybe we were thinking of a fiddle, but now the songs are like really orchestral and really heavily arranged.
They've expanded.
I want to talk about the arrangement because, Matty, you had a big hand in the arrangement on this album, but how about we get another one from you first?
Sounds good.
Sure.
What are you going to do?
This next one is called Stone on Stone. Oh, right.
Ready?
When you leave, I won't see your eyes of hazel. Look around, I won't know for sure. Are they hazel or are they brown? When you leave, I won't be waiting for you to come around. You'll be moving through peaks and valleys, crumbling down, stone on stone. You make your boundaries known, standing rigid lives in the spaces in between. When you leave, I won't see the painted freckles on your skin, and I won't know for sure the damage done by letting you in. And once you're gone, you won't belong to the beauty of the summer days. You'll be moving through western mountains where you'll stay. Stone on stone, you make your boundaries known, standing rigid and alone. Stay away, don't get caught up, but don't you know, I wish we could meet in the spaces in between. Who we are lives in the spaces in between. Stone on stone, I wish you could know what it took to let you go. You'll stay away for yourself, and you must go, but still we can meet in the spaces in between. Who we are lives in the spaces in between.
WTJU, the sounds of Sophie McDowell and Matty Metcalfe doing Stone on Stone, which you can find on Sophie's brand new album, Headaches and Heartbreaks, out tomorrow. That's Thursday, the 1st of December, and there's going to be a big CD release over at Visible Records Art Gallery at 7 o'clock. Check out sophiemcdowell.com for all those details. And I should mention Sophie is, we talked about earlier how she's also, besides her music, does the block print. Not block print, but
Yeah,
block
I'm
print.
a printmaker,
Yeah.
woodcut block artist. There are lots
So-
of words you can attach to it.
And you can find all about Sophie's work in that regard. And she actually has a studio with Kendall King titled New Suns Print Studios.
That's right.
Over at Visible. But before that song, we were just starting to delve into the arranging side of this. And as you're the fellow who arranged it, Matty, let's talk about that tune, for example. We just heard the banjo and guitar, pretty primitive, to use your words. What did you do with that song for the album?
A lot of times, and maybe Sophie's background as a visual artist informs her musical sensibilities, I find, because she'll think of textures and will come up with these adjectives that are related to, I guess in music terms, it would be timbre, and but for her, it would be, she would think of, words like dark and light and color kind of words, or we would also discuss different songs that we might have as placeholders, as moods that we would want to set for this particular song, Stone on Stone. I think that we were trying to come up with something that was a little bit a little dark, a little haunting, and it always takes me a little time to clue into the words. The music usually seeps in a little bit quicker, and then sitting with Sophie's songs, sometimes it takes me a few listens to really grasp what she's saying inside the song. But she wanted something for that particular song that was moody and that was on the darker side of the color wheel. And so it's arranged with a lot of cello and sort of a low guitar drone sound. And then on the sort of higher end, it has sort of a very high piano voice, almost like I put some effects on it that make it sound very far away. And to me, it sort of captured the mood of sort of maybe not an Edgar Allan Poe kind of vibe, but like sort of I guess if as an artist, maybe what would you say, like something
like a stormy cliff, somewhere. Yeah.
Well, I know sometimes when artists have their more stripped down sound, sometimes the entire feel of the song can be completely different. On the recording, it can be really upbeat, but then when they go to do it acoustically, it takes on a whole different layer. And I'm curious if any of that happens between your acoustic sessions right now and what we might find on the album, which folks could pick up tomorrow night.
Oh, certainly. Yeah. I would say that a lot of these songs really transform on the album and have a really different energy than right here and right now. And I gotta say, I enjoy them in all the different ways. Yeah.
And Jordan Perry is an exceptional harmony and lead singer, but he and Sophie have a sort of a magical connection to vocally with the way that their vocal parts intertwine. And Alex Caton adds, I think, mostly fiddle for this, but I think she plays banjo also on one or two. And so
she will tomorrow.
Yeah, that really augments both the sonic the layers that we can use to enhance each song.
And you can catch all four of them, of course, Sophie McDowell, Matty Metcalfe, Jordan Perry, and Alex Caton tomorrow evening at 7 over at Visible Records Art Gallery. And that is located on Broadway Street. And I think, is that over in the Belmont area? It looked like it was maybe not too far from Belmont Pizza when I was trying to get a sense.
It's right up the road from the Wool Factory.
Oh, okay.
So anyone who goes to the Wool Factory passes right by the warehouse that Visible Records is in.
And just for those using GPS, 1740 Broadway Street, to make it very simple.
Yeah.
Well, you think we can get one more out of you before we let the folks upstairs actually play something from the new album?
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I just, Peter, you're always so gracious having us local musicians come in and demonstrate, especially on such short notice as you only found out about our record release a week ago or so, and even then we were unsure about the date. And so thank you for just making time for us, and thank you, Jay and Lewis and everyone here in the room for putting this production on.
Thank you so much.
So what are you going to do to close things out?
This last one is called Sparrow on the Line. "60 miles from Bristol, don't know which way to go. Maybe I'll follow that sparrow, she's singing sweet and slow. We were gonna be lovers, we were gonna have it all. But I left you this morning, thought I'd flee before the fall. Now baby, what did you want me to sing? Tell me how to sing it right, and who did you want me to be? That's someone you'll never find. I'm that sparrow on the line. Watch her fly away. She was never gonna stay. to sing a song that never could be true. Soon I learned that who I am was never enough for you. Now I'm headed down this road 'cause you had too much to say. And babe, I'll never be your darling, I'm going on my own way. Now baby, what did you want me to sing? Tell me how to sing it right, and who did you want me to be? That's someone you'll never find. I'm that sparrow on the line. Watch her fly away. She was never gonna stay. Getting closer to Bristol, I've been singing down this road. Baby, now that I'm flying, ain't no telling where I'll go. Baby, now that I'm flying, ain't no telling where I'll go.
Live right here at the stage, Sophie McDowell with Matty Metcalfe doing Sparrow on the Line, which you can find on Sophie's brand new album, Headaches and Heartbreaks, out tomorrow on all the streaming platforms, and very soon you'll be able to pick up a physical copy of the album. But if you can make it to Charlottesville, folks, 7 o'clock tomorrow evening over at Visible Records Art Gallery at 1740 Broadway Street right here in Charlottesville. I hear there's going to be some treats there as well throughout the evening.
That's right. A fun reception. I'll have a hot pink sequins dress on. So I'm encouraging everyone to be inspired by Dolly Parton.
How can you not be inspired by Dolly?
Exactly. That's what I keep asking.
Now maybe Jeff Bezos will give you $100 million like he did Dolly, but we can all dream. Speaking of dreaming, I think we're going to get a chance to actually hear something from the new album, so you don't have to go to sleep dreaming about it. You can actually hear it right here at WTJU as we send things back up to the air studio. Sophie McDowell, Matty Metcalfe, thanks for stopping by WTJU.
Thank you so much, Peter.
And we're back in the studio. My name is...
Wow.